lower your head and open your eyes. And lift your head. Settle your shoulders, meaning shoulders away from ears. Push out towards your knees. Press your hips forward gently. And on the next inhale, take your hands to the outside of your knees. Bring your knees together. Take your legs straight so you can stay up on your block to help tip your hips forward, because then we're going to take our legs wide, Konasana. So Baddha Konasana is bound butterfly, which is when the feet were together. So now we're legs wide, push through the soles of the feet. So flex, so you want your toes pointing up. Internally rotate the thighs, so your knees are pointing directly up. Lift up through your chest. So we're taking your legs, well, as wide as you can, but it doesn't matter if they're not that wide. Bring your arms in front of you, fingertips down. Lift up through your chest, squeeze your core, start to curl in. So now you're drawing your navel up under your ribs. Reach your hands forward, relax your head. So trying to curl forward, you should feel a strong stretch up through the inner thighs. And walk your fingertips back towards your hips, lift your chest. Hands to the underside of your thighs, lift your knees up. Come off the block. And now Janu Sirsasana, so going from wide-legged, we're folding the left foot in. So now you may feel, if your hamstrings are tight, that you're starting to slump through the lower back. So keep lifting up the chest, squeeze the core, lift the pelvic floor, press the sole of the foot into the thigh and keep the straight leg strong. So again, it's that internal rotation, so the foot and knee are pointing directly up. Push through the heel. Inhale, bring your arms up. And then as you exhale, you're going to revolve, so your navel is generally in the direction of the straight leg, and then exhale, fold. If you can't reach the foot, then just put your hands to the side wherever they reach, but you're using your core to lift your chest and then fold. Relax your head. So you're leading with your chest towards your shin. Try not to do this thing where you're pulling with your arms and you feel it in your upper back. You're trying to feel the core soften through the left thigh. Inhale, lift up, bring the arms up, come back to center, exhale. Hands to heart. Take the legs wide again. Fold right leg in. So if you feel that this knee is just dangling in the middle of nowhere, you can prop with a cushion or a block. That's due to tightness in the hip while the thigh is rotating. So straight leg, push through the heel, roll the thigh internally. Sit up as tall as you can. Inhale, arms up. And then as you exhale, spiraling through the spine, navel comes towards the straight leg, and then exhale, fold. Take hold of the foot or hands to the floor. But here it's almost like now as you're folding, excuse me, you're trying to soften through the bent leg, thigh. But as you reach the chest forward, it's like an action of push and pull. You can feel the thigh bone coming up into the hip socket, but you're pushing through the heel. Back of the knee pressing down. Inhale, your arms come up, come back to center, exhale, hands to heart. And then lean back, bring the legs up. Then you're going to come to stand at the front of the mat. Come up nice and slow. Sun Salute A, Surya Namaskar A. Standing in mountain for a moment. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, palms together, look up. Exhale to Uttanasana, forward fold. Take the tailbone up, feel the backs of the thighs. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Lift up through the kneecaps, tip the tailbone up. Exhale, palms down, step back to plank. Lowering through Chaturanga, hug the elbows in, chest and hips level, and then lowering to the mat for Cobra. Tops of the feet press down, pubic bone pressing down, shoulder blades rolling back and down. Exhale, lowering down, tuck your toes, come by your knees or just lift the hips, coming into down dog. Walking the dog, lowering one heel and then the other, feel the back of the calf, stretching. Check your hands are placed well. And inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, come forward. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale to Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, lowering through Chaturanga. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, coming forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, hands up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. So, little balancing pose. So the thing that if you're an active person and you might find that you're doing repetitive movements like running, walking, cycling, that we find that as the legs are working together, that one might compensate for a weakness in the other. So you can check out where that weakness is. Hands to your hips. So take the center of gravity. You want to take the center of gravity over your right leg and then lift on the inhale your left knee. So just to hip height. And feel what's going on through the ankle. You want to squeeze the outer hips. Feel the core engage, pelvic floor, navel to spine, lift the chest. Relax your shoulders and keep breathing. Bring the hand to the inside of the bent knee, so the back of the hand is going to rest there, and then just guide the knee out to the side. With balancing poses, always have your fixed gaze, so your gaze is softly on something in front of you. Then bring that knee back in gently, place the foot down. Give the legs a little shake, other side. So making sure the foot is placed well. I've got a dent in the floorboards here. Not helping. Under the carpet. Okay, so spread your feet, your toes on the left leg, center of gravity, pick your gaze, lift up through your core, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, bring the knee up. I'm weaker this side, I can feel it. So you might feel much wobblier. If you need to, if you feel that you're going all over the place, then you can just hold on to the wall or back of a chair or something. So keep that lift up through your core and then turning the knee out to the side. Keep the breath coming in deep, nice and steady. Try not to grip with the toes. Bring your hand, oh, I didn't bring the hand, but anyway, you can use the hand to take the knee out. Bring the hand to the outside of the knee. Bring it back in, lift up through the core. Exhale, release. So maybe you're balanced, which is good. Maybe you're not. Then it's almost like when you find that there's a weakness on one side, that's where you need to do twice the exercise of anything. So coming to the front of the mat, we're going to stand on your right foot. So again, pick your gaze in front of you. Take the centre of gravity over the right leg. Inhale, lift the left knee, and now you're going to bend the right leg. And see if you can, you still want to keep your gaze forward, but feel its proprioception, that feel where your body is in space. Can you feel as if the knee is bending, is tracking in line with the toes? The bent knee. Okay, then lift up. Take the left toes back. You're going to bend through the right knee, step the left foot back, come into a high lunge. So that means your feet can be hip distance apart, so you can readjust if you need to. Lift up through the back thigh, sink the hips down, right knee stays over right ankle. Bring your arms up. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, so your elbow, you're not crunching through the cervical vertebrae, so shoulders away from ears. And then take the arms wide, so right arm goes back, left arm forward, and you might feel that that right thigh is rolling out. So again, you want to be aware that you're drawing the thigh inwards, so the toes are directly tracking, the knee is tracking over the toes. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, reach out through the fingertips, lift up through the back thigh. Inhale, come back to high lunge, and then step forward, arms come to your side. Other side. So now, pick your drishti, your soft focus on a fixed object. You're going to take the centre of gravity over the left leg. Inhale, lift the right knee, hands to hips. Lift up your chest, engage your core. Shoulders relaxed. And then you're going to bend the left knee to see if you can feel it tracking. So really drawing the core, navel up and in. Might feel different to the other side, trying to keep the knee pointing forward. And then you're going to point the right toe, step back, high lunge. Readjust the feet so they're hip distance apart. And then lift up through the back thigh. Feel that hip flexor on the front, stretching, sink the hips down. Inhale, arms up. So you're still trying to draw your ribs almost towards each other. Don't let them collapse, sort of widen at the front. So drawing the navel in. So not too much of a back bend. And then exhale, take the arms wide. Squeeze the thighs to the midline. Shoulder blades are drawn towards each other and down, so shoulders away from ears. Inhale, coming back to high lunge, and then step forward. Give the legs a little shake. Now we're going to, if you have a strap nearby, take it, but you can do without, but we're going to come into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So this pose, balancing pose, it's thumb to toe, basically. So standing nice and tall, lift up through the kneecaps, up through the core, shoulders relaxed. Take your centre of gravity, mirroring you over your right leg. Fixed gaze. Inhale, you're going to lift the left knee up. If you don't have a strap, you don't have to do this section, but if you do, you're going to place the strap around the ball of the foot and then straighten the leg. Bring the strap into the right left hand, straighten the leg. So you're as if you're stamping on the wall opposite you, hand to hip. So if you don't have the strap, you just keep the knee bent. And then like we did earlier, you'll put the the right palm on the inside of the knee and then guide the knee out. If the leg is straight, keep pushing through the heel, and you want to turn the toes slightly so you can bring the leg to the side, strongly pulling up through the thigh, the core, shoulders relaxed. Try not to lean too much over to the side. And then inhale, back to center. Now everybody, even if your leg was bent and you'd gone out like this, you're going to both hands to hips, drop the strap, point the toe. So pull up through the thigh, you're drawing the thigh bone into the hip socket, pointing the toe, lift up through the chest. Ooh. Try not to collapse. And then exhale, bend the leg, place the foot down. Other side. So inhaling, take the strap to the left foot, take the strap in the left hand, right hand to hip, sorry, other way around, right foot, left hand to hip, push through the sole of the foot, keep lifting up, turn the toes out to the left, to the, getting it all my left and right's wrong, out to the side slightly so that the hip starts to open, and then roll the foot out to the side. Keep the chest lifting. And bring the leg back in. Release the strap. Hands to hips. Point the toe, lift up through the chest. Keep breathing. Bend the knee, place the foot down. So working through, when you do balance poses, as I said, you're trying to work on the legs individually so that you can see where there might be a little weakness that you might need to work a little harder on one side than the other. So come down to sit. And then lie back coming into figure 4, or thread the needle. So feet are on the floor, knees bent, then bring the right ankle across the left thigh, and then flex the right ankle. That protects the knee joint. And take hands to the back of the left thigh, draw it towards you. And you can use your right arm to press the right thigh away from you as you draw the left knee in. If you want to deepen it, you can take hold of the calf. And then exhale, release. Release the foot. Other side, left ankle across right thigh. And then flex the left foot, draw the hands behind the right thigh, draw that thigh towards you. Okay, and then release. Come into happy baby. So lift the knees up, arms up, bring your arms between your thighs, and then take your hands to the outside edge of your feet. Lift the heels up and take them apart. And then you're trying to draw the thighs down beside your ribs. Trying to lower the hips so the smaller the back, lowering it towards the mat so you're not too much on the curve of your spine. And you can rock there a little, or just relax into that, feeling the hips and thighs Stretching. Okay, and then release the feet. Draw the knees, head and knees towards each other, start to rock. Use your core. And come to sit. Hands on your thighs, sit nice and tall. Close your eyes. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste. Thank you.